journalist.
Yes.
If you pay close attention to all, and I was careful with the choice of my words, Joe the Ken must go period crisis here. I kept saying, and you can go back and check, I kept saying, we've done this today in the interest of MPP, of the party, because if this press conference has not taken place today, we are scared, we have total annihilation staring our faces in 2024.
You said so.
I kept using this word, total annihilation. What had happened to John Mahama in 2016 was bound to happen to us in 2024.
Why you said it to be worse?
Yes, I kept saying, I'm not a great mathematician. I was weak at maths. Understand? But political experience and studies, analysis. And as a politician myself who have gone for elections, Randy, my polling station was a clear indication on Saturday that NPP had lost massively. Subin is the heart of Kumasi. As a parliamentary candidate for the 2016-2020, my polling station is just down about 2 minutes walk from my office, my private office in Kumasi. So when I go to Kumasi on Saturday, I have my usual watching, right? And then I say 8 o'clock. I normally start I will go and vote at 8 o'clock sharp, and then I will do the inspection of the 169 polling stations. I have 170. Mine also. There's 2 there, so 168. When I get there, I have about 200-300 people massed up, yes, ready to vote. When I got there on Saturday at 8 o'clock, there were about 50 people, 50. So I said the driver should take me to a couple of polling stations, and because I border Asukwa, I also went to Asukwa, and there were no queues. So quickly I went to scenarios. Yes, I went to the MP's platform and said to Sheila Battles, MP for Ablekumanok, I think she was in charge of the get out the vote. I said, Sheila, please get the volunteers to go and get people out, because the elections I have contested as a candidate, and what I witnessed in March on Saturday, we are in crisis. You see, that my worst fears, Randy, have been confirmed at 8 o'clock Saturday morning. I was paying attention to Busaranga. I was paying because I have the 4 markets in Kumasi, the 4 big markets. My constituency, right? That constituency, my mom was born there 84 years ago, right? So all my uncles, so that was just like my hometown. So everything I get to hear, and when the traders start complaining, because they know the MPP is a better manager of the economy. So whenever MPP is in power, their problems are sorted. But you could see they were not ready to vote. They were not ready to come out to vote. That shock, that sent a shock through, my spine. Then when I got to Accra, I was driving home. So I was driving. I said, why are the queues? So when I got home, the first night I was switching the TV on, I started making I said, look, this election we are in crisis. But Randy, I was not expecting the magnitude of defeat. I was not. I thought John would probably do 140, 150, take parliament, win convincingly. I was not expecting a second round. I was not. I was expecting that he would win hands down, because from what I had witnessed in Kumasi and Accra, I thought, no, this one, it will work for us. Then that fell. So when I got to Accra, I kept telling people, like they refer to Okujeto. Okujeto is a minority MP. He's doing his broadcast against our party, and we don't respond to them.
You don't have a response.
No, but Randy, why don't you have a response?
Because it's true.
Fine. So the middle classes in our country, they were hoodwinked. I don't say they bought into what Okujeto was doing and punished us.
You shouldn't have done it. If you didn't do it, you have nothing to do.
Well, now I'm saying that that is what there's your official response. Yes.
What are you going to respond to?
Oh well, look, he comes out, he puts something out.
You have been caught.
Okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. No, so now we must also, in the interest of this country, advise John Mahama. He has one of the largest, he has the largest majority
ever.
But managing expectations. comes from Parliament.
Right.
John will fall or rise by Parliament. Mark my words. John Mahama, with this victory, he will fall or rise by Parliament. You mark my words.
Explain that.
Yeah, huh?
Explain that.
Oh, but you've seen it. You've seen it. You have 169 MPs, right? You can't make all of them ministers or deputy ministers, but at least you must know that once they are an MP, you have brought something to the table by canvassing for you. Because every MP, when I was a candidate in 2016, 2020, my interest, Eugene, your votes, Ekufuadu's votes, because Ekufuadu wins as president, I know I'll become a minister. So as I'm looking after mine, I have an eye on his. You understand? So we are fighting 2 elections in the constituency in one day. So when we come to Parliament, 169, and Randy, this person is not made a committee chair, he's not made a board chairman, and these appointments are coming from outside to the detriment of people who use their resources to campaign for you.
But they are not the only people who campaign.
I'm coming. I'm making a point. But you see, they are the first category that you have to look at. They are your MPs. And part of the constitution says majority from Parliament.
Yes. And President Mahama says he will do 60.
Okay, fine. The 60.
So a minimum of 31 from
the 60
Parliament.
fine. You can do that. Means you can do your board chairs. Because when there are so many agencies too.
So many.
We know everything. We need to
But an MP cannot be a CEO.
No, but you can be a board chair.
Yeah, or a board member.
Or a board member. You understand? All these things must be looked at. Because you see, once the noise start from the chamber, you're on your way out. Because you don't have the enthusiasm,
or you are in crisis.
Yes, you don't have the enthusiasm to go out there and work for the party or the government. Now, Babi record, when we come, you see NDC fully packed outside. Sometimes you are even like 20 people behind Afenyo. Why? You are I'm going to fight for my own. Why should I come and waste my time?
But when Che was there, people were coming.
No. Well, they were coming, possibly, but you see, the latter days, people have interest elsewhere. And then, beyond that, after looking, that's my advice to John Mama. I don't have to advise him, he knows. But if he loses Parliament, he's out. The whole party will go. We told some people, they didn't believe us. Some people said, constituency my foot. Today, they are biting. Yes. Already. There's one cause.
Sir?
I saw also my main case. And someone calls constituency my foot. Somebody goes and gets 78% for Kufuor. And get about 75% for himself. And the quarter constituency my foot.
Really?
Arrogance.
Sir?
Arrogance. Also, election, the police station can't be that. Like I said, because the party down. Andy,
yes.
Now let me advise my party elders. We need to start our rebuilding. You see, otherwise, this venting, we are capping on. It will go on all the way for the next 2 years. We cannot wait for the police station elections in 2026. We can't.
And that's the next thing.
Yes, they came in 2022. We can't afford it. The team-led executive must sit up and call for an emergency next meeting. They must bring out their timetable. Maybe if you have constitutional amendments, let's go and deal with it. If you don't have a timetable for elections, because you see, we need to put the structures in place and look forward to electing the flag bearer right away to give the party direction. You understand? Otherwise, we are coming on. We have heard, Mama, this person, I went and sat in the for 6 hours, he didn't see me. You hear all that every day. So may I say that between now and end of January, we should allow people to vent. You understand? They should all vent. And after that, we can come together and go for a national executive or national council meeting and set with a clear time frame of when these guys are exiting. Right? And I pave the way for all the party officers, all the internal elections will take place, apart from, of course, presidential and parliamentary, which will go in 2026, so that we can begin to give the new base a direction. Otherwise, Massa will be in trouble. Well, Mahama has honeymoon probably for the next 18 months. Ghanaians will bear with him. You understand? Well, he's going to come out now also with, there's nothing there. We chew the bone to the marrow. There's no marrow in the bone. We chew all sorts of things will come up. But what is important is that what are we going to do as opposition? What you are going to do, you must begin to rebuild the party. So this is the reflection moment. Everybody can vent, everybody can say what they have to say. We must all come to an end after end of January. February, serious business. You understand? We can always bring the dates forward for our elections, the internal elections, the polling station, the electoral area, the constituency. the region, the national. Let's do all that by end of next year. You understand? So there's a new team in place to give direction. Then we are looking at going to select the flag bearer and then the parliamentary candidates. I want to be 2077. That is fine. If you don't do that, and I will see everything like Kufuado. Anytime he lost an election, you live for 2 years, and there will be so much confusion. Now you know clearly that the chairmanship, the leadership of the party has reverted to the national chairman. It's always the case. So he should sit down and come up with a timetable. There's no need for anybody to start saying,
how do you then deal with those who left the party, some having left, but they obviously sitting on the fence? There are some who
I'm sure
things against the party.
I'm sure if you allow all of them to vent, Randy, and once the ventilation is over, they will all come back because they were probably unhappy with one thing or the other. And I keep saying, you cannot.
And the vent will include some of those who you are accusing, because they probably too, if you speak to them, they might also say that they also have things to say.
Oh, if you have things to say, you see, it's about leadership. If I mention people, I mention because they have leadership and responsible positions to put things right. I'm not saying it because I enjoy mentioning their names.
Right.
Kufuado has been the leader of our party since 2007 December. I was his polling agent in Legon on that fateful day. Since that day till 11th of November or so, when Baumian was elected, Kufuado has been the leader of this party. So how can we not blame him for what has happened?
That's about 17 years.
17 years. Nobody from nobody, from Buzia through all the way to Nanado, has had the opportunity of leading this party for 17 years. So when people are saying, oh, Emma, we shouldn't be talking, why should we be talking? LPP is a public institution of human beings. Do you want them to sit and not go and vote against you as we witnessed, or you want them to vent and after all you bring them back and build the party? Which one do you prefer? So we cannot talk about the defeat, the seismic defeat of our party. So excuse me, the seismic defeat of our party in the yesterday poll without mentioning Kufuado's name and some of the things that his family members have done to people of this party. We have to talk about
geography is sound.
we have to talk about it. Otherwise, we're not going to make progress. We cannot make progress. If any MPP, 1 million people who can sit and say, oh, for 80 years, the matter has been 70 years, I'm leader of this party, but it's okay, don't talk about it. Let's move on. How are we going to move on? People will then go back and start planning and plotting and voting against the party. So, I told you, MPP, we need an open heart surgery where people must be allowed to vent. And then one that's all done, we can then go back and rebuild the party. It's necessary in politics. The Conservative Party is doing it in Britain. I'm sure the Democrats will also start soon in the US. After going through an election, when you lose, that's what you do to bring people on board. You understand? You cannot say that we can't talk about it. When we lost 2000, he didn't blame Kufuor. There are people who are talking today and who think that Kufuor should not be blamed. They didn't know the same people blame Kufuor. Didn't they write articles against Kufuor for building a Jubilee House, for building airports?
The candidates.
He didn't support, so he sabotaged. Didn't hear all these things. Like we are going to talk. We are going to build a party, and we cannot build this party without mentioning Kufuor's name, because he's been leader for 17 years. He was in opposition for 8, government for 8. How can we discount him? Then we shouldn't talk at all. We're going to talk about it. And nobody claims that he loved Kufuor more than me. I've made sure he became president of this country. When people doubted him, I made sure I was one of his front runners.
True.
In this country.
True.
Sat here, 4 people to make him president. So who loves him more than me? I will talk. So those who think that Muna party is their own palaver, well, if you don't talk, Massa, in you have no idea.
Sir?
People who went to University of Ghana with my father in their 80s, 84, 85, they will call you when you go to them, they show you what DDEP has done to their bonds. Whoa. Quietly. Their pension. Do you know what I'm hearing? They should come. How many told them they start coming on social media to insult? People have lost serious investments. We shouldn't talk about that. Then how are we going to build a party? But only how are we going to build a tell me? When Mahama lost, what insults did he chop from his own NDC people? Those who were contesting with him to become flag bearer, didn't they insult him? that he has caused the parties to West defeat? Didn't you hear it in this country?
Yeah.
So some people can be criticized, others cannot be criticized. And because you are bitter. Bitter about what? We are going to talk about it. And it's allowed in politics. We must talk about it and let people feel relieved. So that they are happy to come back for us to rebuild the party. Right. Well, we need everybody to rebuild the party. My beloved party, the MPP, the New Patriotic Party. I will start with a befitting quote.
Okay.
Thus, people who shut their eyes to reality, people who shut their eyes to reality simply invite their own destruction. James Baldwin.
James Baldwin.
Yes.
Okay.
Some of us saw this thing coming, I think, middle of 2022.
Really?
I had gone, I think I met, no, you were not there. In Birmingham, the Commonwealth Games, were you there?
No.
Yes. I was in Birmingham when the president was doing his regional tours. It was in Ashanti region where the people of Kwabri East, that's where I hail from. Okay. Both my parents, my father is from Fade, Sims Mensa area. My mom is from my in between Boyne and Jabin. Okay. So my mom is Kwabri 1, my dad is Kwabri 2, 3. Okay. So I'm a proper Kwabri person. Okay. And the president.
So how come you?
Oh, I was born in Subin. My mom was even born in Subin. Okay. Subin is like land. Right. Everybody was born there. Right. You understand? Yes. Now, the president went to Tech Radio. That time, the Kwabri chiefs and cohorts, because they gave MPP the highest vote. Highest vote in Ashanti region. Yeah. And they had every right under the constitution of Ghana to demand for quality roads. Every right. What were the politics for? And then when the chiefs held this press conference, it's called Bunyayekai, that the ingrate must remember in English. Then the president was at Neotech. I was watching live with senior members of our party. The president said, oh, and then you see, was gladly circulating it a few days before. They were reminding Ghanaians what the president told us. I was shocked, Gabby, Randy. I was shocked. Hey, is this happening? Or is it a slip of tongue? Why was it? Because he kept repeating himself. I said, then he went on using some, key personal indicators about assessing his own ministers when the economy was just tumbling every day. Oh, Kenufurata, Amwakwata, Alakshemate, what kind of personal indicators is my president using? So when we came, I came from England. We like-minded colleagues of mine, we met. And the meeting took place in my house. I'm telling Ghanaians, it took place in my house. 42 members of parliament. We all convened. And I invited Chairman Subin, so as the leader of the caucus, and Honorable Joe Wise to come and join. Because we wanted to go and meet the president quietly. Nobody was interested in the press conference. We had all worked for the ticket for him to be elected president, for us to be elected members of parliament. So we wanted to see him and discuss these things privately with him. That, hey, the way he's going in place, he may not run again. So, of course, but at least we have a party to win an election. So we're all concerned. What happened? We couldn't meet our president. We couldn't meet our president. Your own MPs, we couldn't meet him.
Why?
Randy, I think Manasseh has written copiously about it.
So I'm asking you.
Because some of the MPs had voted against Michael Quay as speaker.
Oh.
So yes. So we left it. Then we said, okay, some of us. Randy, do you know my oath as a member of parliament? Let me read it to you again today.
Okay.
Ghanaians, listen to me. I, Eugene Boati Entry, having been elected a member of parliament, do in the Almighty God swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana, not MPPO, Republic of Ghana. Well, without Ghana, there's no MPP, there's no NDC. As by law established, that I will uphold, look at the adjective, uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of Ghana. and that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge the duties of the member of parliament. So help me God. So those people out there who are thinking because I go into parliament because of an MPP ticket, so I should go and put like and say, can behave as if I have no mind or no shells in my head. You heard what my father Kwame told us. What is the parliament? You heard it. And so some of us, we are grandfathers who got Irandi. No, too. We have grandkids for people to insult us as if we are nobody. We can't think. And when you decide to hold a press conference and make the president aware that the continued tenure of Kenufrata was not going to union to our benefit electorally.
So you held a press conference because you have been unable to meet him?
22nd of October.
Because you have been unable to meet him?
Yes. Okay. Because now we want something from what do you do? What do we do? Let Ghanaians know, and let every Ghanaian know that me, I've been consistent for the last 2 years about today. So what has happened today, I'm not part of it. And nobody can say they love the party more than I do. But when we did that, and the president refused to meet us, we held the press conference. The following day, the president met us. Oh. The following day, he met us in Jubilee House.
I see.
And then prominent members of society called us that the president will get rid of, will leave Ken. So we should just bear with him. He's an elder statesman. We don't have to.
When was this?
This was what happening around the November, December of 2022. So we should allow it. We allowed it. If you have lost the election today, it's because of Kenufuriata. MPP has won this election because of Kenufuriata. Gabia Sonochinako and Asati Bedi Etu. I'm mentioning names.
What have they done?
What have they done? Kenufuriata was there. Who? In 2000, you remember what President Kufo said when he was campaigning? Do you remember?
What did he say?
What does that mean? Economy. 2016, what did President Kufo say at trade fair? What the Baumiaba? So we say Sikasima mind. What was he talking about? Economy. How can we win a nation in this country without the economy? Why do you think Ghanaians are punished the way they have?
But the people you mentioned, apart from Ken, they are not responsible for the economy.
Yes. Now, the president kept Ken there for 1 year and 2 months, 14 months.
After you have been assured?
After we have been assured. Yes. 2017, my brother is here. Anytime Ken came to deliver the budget, wasn't about Bawumia present. 2018 wasn't he there. 2019 wasn't he there. 2020 they cut off Bawumia. That's where all the excessive borrowing and the intolerable introduction of taxes on the people of this country started. That's where they cut Bawumia off. So what we say, we have to build a party, and MPP needs an open heart surgery to build this party. We cannot be sweeping things under the carpet. They are not jokers. And you can say, Randy, we are not leading, we are not senior members, we are leading the rest of the party. We have to let the base believe that we really have handed over power to the NDC. The received wisdom in Westminster says that opposition parties don't win elections, governments lose them. We have lost the power to NDC. We did all this, Randy. The man was kept there. Now Gabi became the chief advisor to the finance minister. They were the ones drawing the budget.
This is just an allegation.
It's an allegation. I'm telling you. I'm talking about allegation.
No, it's an allegation. You're not provided with evidence. Yes.
He was the one drawing the budgets.
How?
Okay. If you don't want to challenge me, let's into another day. Okay. There's more I want to go on.
So move on.
Now, we did all this. Businessmen, campaign time, we go to yes, businessmen.
Collapse their business.
Businessmen.
Like collapse their business.
Even 2 weeks ago, I was going to lobby for some funds for one of our young pieces. But my youth family of them. Yes. Randy, look, this party, you see you here, open heart surgery. We shouldn't be sweeping things under the carpet. Bitter for what? I left this country at 21. If I don't become a member of parliament, I left this country at 21. My year for 33 years, going on 34 years. Do I need government to survive? I'm going to eat grass. And all these things one day played out. I have no personal animus against Kefurata. When you are paying, but over here, when the time got when the curtain falls, you come off the stage. You threw the country out of IMF, but he couldn't contain it. So at the time, Mr. President, thank you very much. You have an opportunity to serve my nation. Can I now humbly lead the scene? To a point, I mean, no, and also he was there. Then I had to about I'm the president, and then the executive power. Okay. Then we lost it. Not only that, on the heels of that, the presidential and parliamentary primaries. Randy, I sit here and I tell you in no uncertain terms that the best conducted presidential and parliamentary primary in the MPP was under that Kwabena Japan and Bolafoko. That was what got the 169. We didn't have any independence. That's what gave the Kufuor 1 million votes. That's the best. Anybody can challenge me. If we talk about results in politics, 169 MPs, Kwabena Japan and our focus executive brought that about. Right after that, Jomodu came. What happened? The 169 came to 137. We brought young Kudia to come. Now it's gone to 88. And how are you, NDC only suffered as 16 casualties in their primary? Well, they are ready for power. They protected them. This is my classmate here. They made sure I was going to come up to parliament. But now I'm very experienced, and now it's never in the room, in the chamber. Now the MPP people come in are going to be minus or minions. I want to learn from them because they are now seniors. They want to meet the Kuyu, Black Press, and Murtala Mohammed, and Subin and Co. They are very experienced because they were our classmates. We made sure that all of us have lost our primaries. That's because we said the president must get rid of his cousin. You see the end result, 88 MPs. You see me going that well, I felt that even Yabuama and Temasengo have flipped. So it's no more 88. What kind of legacy are we leaving? What kind of legacy are we leaving? Now we are back to hostile territory. Then the party was then, in a state of paralysis. Because of the barbarian nature of the executive presidency that we are practicing. It happens, it's going to happen there too. The same thing. The same people. 8 years in, 8 years out. They say nothing changes. Yes. They wouldn't allow, or I don't think the chairman and the executive stood firm and said, Mr. President, we are going for an election. You are on your way out. We're not going to allow you to chase anybody. But we have the party machine. The president can't do much. But he sat there and allowed the president to unseat all the ones that they didn't want to. He didn't want back in parliament.
You mean he had an interest in your primaries?
No. What do we had an interest? He was the interest.
President Akufo-Addo?
Yes, he was the interest in the primaries. That's all kind. He told us when we were ministers, he told us.
That what?
That as for his appointees, he has control over them. But the rest, left him alone. There are some of them he wouldn't want to see in parliament. He said it twice, Kofodia and
he told you.
Oh. What's that? Me, I don't come and sit here. Me, with what kind of account? He told us, call my other colleagues. He said it. He said it at Accra National Conference Center. Your MPs who are going down there to find money to campaign for you to become president. You are telling me because now you've 169. Randy and Smakoso. Now, Parliament, with barely 6-7 months to the end of our term, you change leadership. You change the almighty Osecheme Sabunsu. You change the almighty Osecheme Sabunsu.
He's not indispensable.
No, but he was on his way out.
Okay.
Randy, there's something called dignity. Dignity.
Do you think he was embarrassed?
Yes.
And it was deliberate.
Since chair was removed, have you ever seen peace in that room? Now, what are you here? Ask him. Since chair was removed.
And the thing was deliberate.
Oh, of course deliberate, because chair came to my house for that kind of meeting. And he was told.
So who changed chair?
Oh, no one is also making America was saying. You get a one MPP, no? MPP Kufuor.
How?
And the other man came and said. So now, parliamentary committees. Me, I called up for your friend. I said, "You are my brother. I know Kufuor more than you. You are almost 10 years older than you. Take it from me. don't let anybody use you, because you have a crowd that will follow you in future. And if you are not careful, you'll be used. 80 committees, leave it intact. We have 3 months to go. Leave it. And they are not interested in changing committees. Why are you interested? After they looked at me and said, I'm okay, I speak French with you. I'm okay. Sure. Let me come and do. Randy. Atacha was removed as energy committee chair. What for? Kwaku Kwati was removed as finance committee chair. What for? 3 months in shared that. Only you have not had any committee meeting in 3 months. So why change them? And look at the poisoned atmosphere in Parliament. Because you cannot rely on your experienced members of Parliament to come and help you do government work. Without the state of Parliament. Then Ababa is Sembeka, your friend. So now Parliament, Afenyo is there with us, Babintu is there with the former boy and his people on one side. And we are all waiting. Say 16. 16 when we go, I don't know whether now they have added 180. I don't know, they say, hey, we are going to occupy majority. Go and sit there. That one too, we are waiting. You see, but we have business to do in the house. So we have to come to a common ground and do that business. So, Andy, all I can say to my beloved MPP, we need to rebuild the party as a matter of urgency.
We'll come back and speak about